Hey team, we've got Alan back in the garage today. We had a box arrive a little while ago. I was really excited to find out that I can now get cheap US parts. These are heater hoses and they were going to be really expensive, sort of 80 to 150 bucks here in Australia, plus shipping from the US, plus wait time, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, we ended up getting some aftermarket OEM style ones from a reputable aftermarket manufacturer through Rock Auto for about 12 bucks a piece and $20 in shipping, and they took less than 2 weeks to get here. So very exciting to know that Rock Auto now ships internationally very affordably. Not endorsed or anything like that, just excited to be able to get US parts here in Australia. Bit of a reminder, this is the one that we replaced there. That's a generic hose that we went in. The back one there is fine, but we want to replace it as well, just so that we know everything's good to go, because if one failed, then probably both aren't doing so good. So we're going to switch out the generic with the molded and replace the old one with the new one. We'll have two brand new heater hoses in there, all tidied up. So we're going to take those off, put the new ones on. We will have to remove the old quick connect plastic fitting on the OEM one, because the new hoses are hose clamps, which in my opinion is better anyway. So it shouldn't take long, we'll get stuck into it. Now if anyone remembers, I said be nice to future self and make sure you put your hose clamps in an accessible location. And this is why, it's just that easy now to come in and replace these, or undo these I should say. Just like that. So the hardest part about this is going to be removing that quick connect right there. They're super easy to put on, but they're a pain in the you-know-what to take off. Luckily, we're not trying to preserve it at all, so we can butcher it a little bit. That's fine, we just don't want to damage anything around it. So we're going to tread carefully and see what we can do. So here's proof as to why we're doing this. Even just whilst I was playing with it, trying to get that quick connect to release, the hose itself broke just like that. So that's exactly why we wanted to replace this, because we had a suspicion that if the last one broke, then this one wasn't far away. And now we know we were right. So you can get quick connect removal tools. I'll see if I can find a picture and put one up there. But I don't have any of those. So I tried to make my own one just like that, but it was all too stiff and old and tight in there. I could not, even though I could get this in there, it wouldn't work essentially. So we're going to get in there with our flexi Dremel tool type thing, and we're just going to hack it out. So not very graceful, not the first preference, but it should work. Brute force and ignorance all the way. There it goes, it's coming. Ta-da! That took a little longer than expected, but we're there. Now we can just put regular hoses and regular hose clamps on. Yay! Well, an hour wasn't quite enough. It took a little longer to get that quick connect fitting off than planned, but we got it off, but we also lost time and I had to leave. So no more daylight, and we're going to try and button this up tonight nice and quickly. Now that's off, hopefully it won't take too long. So let's get those new hoses on, the new clamps on, and we should be good to go. There's our new hoses in. You can see top and bottom right there. And go over there, there's the two new ones over there. Haven't done up the hose clamps yet, but they're all there ready to go. If you're dealing with this particular car, then you get two slightly different hoses, and they didn't distinguish which one was which. But if you look at them, one has a bigger U than the other one. So the little U is the upper hose here. Zoom in there. You can see just up here, this is the upper hose, so it has a longer length and goes over the top of this one, which is the bigger U, and the shorter length and goes down below. So you can see them just there. So this one right here is the upper, and this one right here is the lower. And there we go. Hose clamps on, right there. And as I've said before, just make sure you think of future self when you're putting your hose clamps on. Make them easily accessible. Don't be burying one with another. So they're all individually adjustable and reachable now. So that's good. And now all we have to do is pack up and start her up. There we go, coolant's all topped up. All the hose clamps have been double checked. Everything should be good to go. So we'll let her warm up and build some pressure and check for leaks, but there's no reason why we should have any. But you never know, always feels good to turn the car on when you finish something like this. Well, didn't blow up. That's a good thing. And there we go, just like that, we're all done. So it took a little bit longer than we'd budgeted for. We thought we might be able to do it in about an hour. It took about an hour and a half just because that quick connect took a little longer. But no real problems, just slow and steady with the Dremel, and we got it out of there, and now she's all good to go with brand new heater hoses on both sides. Hopefully, no more problems in the cooling system for our friend, and little Alan here has got many more years of driving ahead of him. So really happy to be able to send Alan home now to his owner. I'm going to drive it for a couple of days just to make sure everything settles in properly, but other than that, I think he's good to go. And for a job that the mechanics didn't want to touch, we fixed it for about $50 Australian, a couple of weeks wait, and he's as good as new. So that's a great win for everybody. Alan gets to see another day, and we're going to move on to the next one. So thanks for playing along, and we'll catch you next time.